Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're doing another episode of auction car hunting, and I'm currently at the vehicle auctions right now, and I will say after filming all of this, there's quite a bit of cars, and I don't know if that's a turn of the times. You know, just from an auction perspective and being able to go to all these, I've noticed that there's been a huge influx of cars, and I've also noticed that there's a lot of cars that are sitting that aren't selling. So I think that's a sign that maybe the car market is starting to turn right now. And it's been like that for a while, but as you know, maybe in the past year or so, car prices were outrageously high. But I think due to the economic downturn that's happening right now, cars are actually starting to flood the market. And especially in these vehicle auctions, I think what they're trying to do is they're just trying to churn out as many as possible. So I've came across a lot of cars that I was genuinely shocked that they were here. But every car has its own story, and I mean, that's the whole reason why I do this stuff, is to be able to provide you guys with the stories. But before we get into the video, I did want to make one quick announcement about my Patreon. So in the Patreon, what you get is you get early access to future content, exclusive posts that I do outside of YouTube, but most importantly, you get access to our exclusive Discord server. Now, the whole reason that I created the Patreon is my goal is to get enough patrons to be able to fly to Japan to be able to provide you guys with JDM auction car content. But getting back into things, the car that I'm sitting in right now is actually a late 90s Toyota Camry. And the thing is, I used to have one of these back in the day, and it was a wonderful car. And the thing is, I like this one so much that I made a little segment about it, and I'll leave it somewhere in the video so you guys can check it out. And you guys will see why this Camry coupe, yeah, that's right, a coupe, is something special. But I think with that being said, let's go take a look at some cars, shall we? Whoa, why was that so sticky?
It's really strong because we look at the steering column. That's
yeah.
how you steal them.
So the Kia boys got this one. What is this, just an Optima?
Oh, it smells like weed.
It's a fragrance, it's oregano, what are you talking about? Look, they took a note from you on how to secure your front bumper.
Yeah, works really well. You can hardly tell.
You can blend it in pretty well with the black. Maybe that's the trick, just buy all black cars.
You know, this car's totally fine, and they just talked the insurance company into oh, it'll never be the same. Someone smoked weed in it.
Oh yeah, 100%. This would actually be a really good one.
Yeah, you just have to fix the steering column.
Ooh, yeah, they really hotbox. Whew. I'm getting a secondhand high from that. Holy moly. 300,000 miles on this guy. I wonder if it runs.
Suzuki's will run forever.
I know, coming from the
guy with the Suzuki.
Oh, not bad.
Well, it's not, the antifreeze and the extra oil in the back, so.
Oh yeah, that's always a good sign. It smells horrendous in here. Yeah, this thing is cooked. Get me out of here. You see, that's the thing with people watching the videos. They don't have to endure some of the smells that come off of these vehicles. Because 300,000 miles of farts is something you really can't put into words. But you're right, there's so many jugs.
Yeah.
I love that, that's cool. All right, here we go, the takeover special. Infiniti G35. Now, I used to have one of these back in the day. I had a G35X, which is the all-wheel drive version. It was black, and it was a beautiful car. And I actually did buy it from the auction. It was a very straightforward fix though. I just had to replace the bumper and the grille. But this one looks like it's a little bit more involved than just that. So the body damage over here looks like your typical T-bone accident. So things that would need to be replaced include this fender and the door. But I'm trying to see what happened here with the pillars. Now with something like this, what's scary about a T-bone accident is you want to make sure that this pillar right here that holds the door is still in good shape, as well as the door sill, and as well as the A-pillar. Now, just from looking at this, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt, it looks okay. But what doesn't look okay is the door sill. And it looks like somebody actually tried to repair this one because they took a sawzall to the door sill to further investigate. So this must have been taken to a body shop, and then they maybe got the estimate, and they told the owner how much it would cost to repair this thing, and they said, nah, man, just take it to the crusher. So here it is at the auction. I wouldn't completely give up on it though. But the biggest test really is just the door test. Opening and closing the door and seeing how it feels. Can't make this stuff up, man. I didn't mean it, I swear. I'm sorry. But when you open and close the door, that's going to tell you everything you need to know. Because if it's tough to open and close, the more difficult it is to fix. But this actually looks... It doesn't look great. You know, it's kind of tastefully clapped, but it looks okay. This might actually be very repairable. Because the rest of the car looks really nice. It's got the little spoiler, it's the two-door coupe. These are very desirable. It's a shame it's not a manual, but hey, it still would be good fun. It looks like the tires are they're not great. It looks like they're not bald. I always go to these rear-wheel drive cars and I check the rear tires because if they're like a glazed donut, that immediately tells you that they've been to your local takeover. But this one actually looks okay. And the brakes look like they have some relatively new pads in them, which is good news. The interior is in good shape. I mean, the seats, there's a lot of good parts here. Could even be a good parts car, but I think this one's worth saving, really. If you just pay some more attention to that door sill, I think this has a lot of potential of being put back together. Does it have a key? Oh, it's got one of these things. So you need the key fob. Oh, these things frustrate me. When these go bad, whew, watch out. You know? It's not the greatest in the world, but let's pop the hood, see what we got. Gotta love a good G35. All right, let's see here. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. I do see that they put in extra ground wire, so that's a good preventative maintenance if you're having some electrical issues. These engines are known for their trumpet-like noise when you straight pipe them, and it's because everybody for some reason likes to straight pipe these. But they did check their oil. I see the little napkin there, so that's actually a good sign. But these have one of the weirdest dipsticks in the world. If you're a G35 or 350Z owner, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, let me know what you guys think about this one, but I think we can move on. Oh man, there's no way I was gonna walk right past this thing. We got a good old classic right here, an XJ Jeep Cherokee. These things are tough as nails, especially if you get one with the inline six. It looks like this is the sport model, so it may have the V8, but man, these things are tough. And I just love the cube-like shape of it. It's very practical. A lot of people take these off-roading. I even appreciate these more when they're not fully cut up and modified. But the number one thing I see is that it's not a run and drive, so it's got to be mechanical issues. So I look down at the tires and it kind of speaks to another story because these have been here for a really long time. Tires really tell you a lot about a vehicle and how it's been taken care of. And you see how on this side, this is getting so smooth. It's getting there, but this is from turning. So when you see heavy wear like this, that's just from, it could just be from daily driving. These just look like some cheap all seasons. But nice tires on a car really make a difference. Now as we go into the inside, it's all here. It's got the old school roly-poly-olies, roller scrollers. We got dog hair all over the place. And oof, man, this thing is, ooh. Yeah, this one don't smell too good. Ooh, this one's foul. It smells like wet dog and then somebody peed themselves. I am not 100% sitting in this one. Now, in the back, there's little stuff. Got an ice scraper. Comes free with the vehicle, but this one, this one's rank. Oh my God. No wonder they took it to the auctions. And look at this. This is unbelievable. This whole basket is being held by zip ties. One zip tie. That is actually so dangerous. If this lets go for any reason, this is go flying off. You can't put this much trust in a zip tie, man. That's insane. You gotta actually secure this down. That's actually like a hazard, dude. This is, come on, man. This is crazy. There's nothing even here. People, man. Imagine you going 60 miles an hour and that goes flying off. You're gonna kill somebody. So stupid. The mileage, this got 224,000 miles. It's all here. It even comes with the little USB cord. That stereo looks like it's been there forever. Somebody literally lived in this thing. I mean, it just looks absolutely foul. But let's pop open the hood. See what we got here. Oh, Jesus. Gonna break my arm trying to open the hood on this stupid thing. Aha, just as I suspected, the inline six, but this thing is so sludgy. That tells you, guaranteed, this thing has never been maintained. These things are so tough. I've seen these with 400,000 miles. But this one, it looks like nobody's ever touched it. Never ever touched it. Probably needs a valve cover gasket. It's rusty. The belt looks okay, the serpentine belt, but oof, besides that, it looks tired. This one's just tired, man. Maybe it deserves to be here. I don't know, but maybe you guys can let me know. We got a 2-for-1 special here, and honestly, I don't even know where to start. They're both Ford Mustangs. I believe both of them are GTs, and both of them are here at the auctions. So let's just go down the line real quick, and let's start off with this white one. Now, this one's got some carbon fiber wrap that's going along the whole front end of the car. I don't know if this is actually I'm not a big Mustang guy. I don't know much about these, but I'll try my best to kind of trouble through this. But I would really appreciate it if anybody else in here can chime in when I start making mistakes or I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I do know what I'm talking about is I believe they hit maybe like a light pole, some sort of light fixture just from this dent. This looks like when it was trying to attack the crowd that it spun out and accidentally hit something really hard, knocked it over. So this whole quarter panel has got to be replaced 100%. I guess if you're a real artist, you might be able to re-sculpt this back together, but you have to do a real cost analysis on this car, and I believe that's the reason why it's here at the auctions. But it's a manual transmission, it's a Mustang GT, still got a lot of value, you know? Good looking little car. Now I'm gonna jump over here to the red one, and the red one looks like it's got an aftermarket Roush exhaust. Now I believe these are actually worth a pretty penny, and I'm sure it sounds really nice, but I haven't had a chance to look on the other side. And yep, there's the damage. This one actually doesn't look too bad. I would say the damage on this one is a lot better than the white one. You know, you fix little things here and there. You might even be able to save this bumper, really. You just have to get it resprayed, but you have to do something about this for sure. You'll be able to pull this one out. This one looks actually very fixable. Even if you take it to a body shop, they could make that look good as new. Yeah, this one's not half bad. A little cringe, it's got the self-tapping screws. Like, bro, why? Why'd you do that? Now, where are the zip ties? We got self-tapping screws on here. I don't see them yet. Looks like they're, what is this, Mortal Kombat? Paint doesn't look great. Clear coat's fading. The hood's faded. Yeah, it's not super clean. The wheels are there. Does it have aftermarket? Oh yeah, it's got drilled and slotted rotors. It's got some nice brakes on it. Chemical guys. It's got the hella stance. Okay, let's see the inside. Let's see what's going on here. What are we working with? Okay, we got moisture. That's always great because it loves to rain around here. Looks like somebody was taking a peek at the seat covers. My God, what'd you use on this? He's got elbows made of butcher knives. My God, dude, you gotta relax, man. Okay, this one seems half decent, so I'll sit in this bad boy. It smells like whatever that is. It's got a 6-speed manual transmission. The inside looks okay. It smells like cigarettes because of the American spirits. Right on, brother, right on. All right, let's go through the gears real quick. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, it actually feels pretty notchy. I kind of like that. Is that a short shifter? It's got a nice notchiness to it. It feels pretty good. Yeah, I mean, nothing too out of the ordinary. I see a bunch of little panels and stuff. Not too much to say here. It feels like an old Mustang. Let's pop open the hood. Whoa. Where's the thingy? Where is the singy, my friend? Where is it? Oh, I see it right there. It's a long hood. Whoa! The beast. Looks pretty stock in here. I do see one radio wire, so maybe it's got an amp in the back. I didn't check that. V6. Yeah, okay. So I guess it's not a GT. I thought the GTs have a V8. Whatever. It's got a manual, and it looks half decent. This one's actually worth repairing. This one, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Okay, so the interior actually looks a lot nicer in this one. It does even smell a little bit better, but there's a reoccurring theme where, why do people always use 27 air fresheners? It's like black ice is going into my lungs, way deep into my soul. It's like, dude, you gotta relax, man. Do you really smell that bad? You gotta take a shower, dog. Okay, so this one, yeah, this actually feels really nice. Could we take the interior from this one and put it in this one and we call it good, you know what I'm saying? So it's got a 5-speed manual transmission. It feels pretty good. Let's go through the gears. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised at how well these feel. It feels nice and notchy. I think I prefer this one a little bit more. I don't know why, just interior wise, it feels a little bit better. It's got the double din on here. It looks really nice. Pioneer, good stuff. Are these aftermarket? Who knows? Let's take a look here. Let me find the thing. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so this one's legit. That's a good looking engine right there. Okay, so maybe this one is worth fixing. But both of them I don't think have a key. So what am I supposed to do? I want to fire this thing up. Fire both of them up, really. But I'm sure they run. That's the good thing about these is you know exactly what happened. So I'm willing to bet that it ran before. Just too much body damage, man. Which is a shame. I'm just checking one more time to see if there's a key. Yeah, there's no key. Who knows? Maybe they're stolen. Could be taking it out to your local sideshow. So, I don't know. Which one will you pick? The white one or the red one? Wow. I haven't seen one of these in like over 10 years. So this is a Nissan Sentra SER. And I believe this is the Spec V model. Just from the decals. I don't know if that's actually anything to do with the trim level, but back in the day in high school, one of my friends had one of these. It was actually really cool. Properly quick little car. But this one looks like it's been sitting for a long time just by all the stuff that's hanging on by the license plate frame, as well as on the windshield. Body looks straight, paint's a little faded. It's on the yellow side. And apologies if there's wind. It's really windy right now for whatever reason. Wow, this is kind of a gem. You don't really come across these anymore. Now, it doesn't look like much, you know, it's an older generation Sentra, but for an enthusiast, this was like the top of the line model. And I believe these only came in a manual transmission, which is pretty cool. It's even got the Nismo floor mats. I mean, dude, that's pretty cool right there. That's a top dollar acquisition. The seats look okay. It doesn't smell too great in here, but I'm gonna make some sacrifices for you guys. And plus, I'm actually just pretty intrigued by this. But man, the previous owner, they were like leaning back all the way. Hold on, let me adjust this real quick. All right, so it just feels like a Sentra in here. But you have to remember that this was like the performance model. And wow, it actually came with a 6-speed. I thought these came with a 5-speed. So just by the shift knob, it looks like this has a 6-speed manual transmission. It's even got the original book. Wow. This thing is ancient. 2003. Now, I probably shouldn't go through that just in case to save somebody's privacy, in case there's some documents in there. I don't see the mileage on it, but I do have the key. So maybe this one has some sort of juice in it. And it does. Wait, hold on, before I start it. It's got 210,000 miles. But usually these old Nissans are very reliable. Now let's go through the 6-speed manual transmission. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, honestly, this feels kind of like an old 240, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly why. Just wanted to check the engine real quick before we start it up. I want to blow it up on first start. But as you can see, this is actually an SR20, but it's in the wrong orientation. So this is the front wheel drive orientation. So it looks like it's got some aftermarket headers, but this thing looks like it's been sitting for a long time. The accessory belts look pretty worn. The battery looks okay. And it's got this cold air intake on it, I believe. So yeah, not half bad. Front wheel drive SR20, here we go. Let's see if she'll fire. Oof. The battery's sad. Ah, man. Well, that's okay. All right, here we go. Dodge Charger SXT. Now, this isn't the highest trim level car that I've seen of these Chargers, but it's the first one that I've seen that's actually in one piece. For whatever reason, people like to joyride these. They must be really easy to steal because I see a lot of these in the Challengers all the time. But this one is really well kept. It's like shocking why it's here. Look at the paint. It looks like it just got recently detailed. But I'm willing to bet that this is a theft recovery because if it doesn't have a key in it, 100% stolen. I saw somebody in the comments mentioning that there's like a strap that you can use that puts the car in neutral for somebody to tow it, but you can roll it onto a bed, and maybe that's why people steal these so much. I don't know. It's not my place. But you see this right here in the door panel? That is indicating to me that somebody was in here trying to steal it. Because why else would you have this? Right? That doesn't make any sense. There's no way that the sun caused this. Somebody was in here with a flathead screwdriver or whatever tool they were using, prying this open. But if you look past that imperfection, you look on the inside, it's a nice car, man. It even smells nice. That's the one thing that you don't realize when you go to these auctions is the smell test is everything. When you go see a car in person and it actually smells half decent, you won half the battle. Now, it's even got the Beats by Dre stereo system. I don't know too much about these Chargers, but I just see that it's on all four corners. Maybe somebody upgraded them, did that themselves. I do see that somebody broke the touchscreen. It looks like it's bleeding out. All the little pixels on the inside, so that one's cooked. But it's just as I suspected, I do not see a key. Because if there was a key, it would be zip tied around the steering wheel, but I'm not seeing that. Shame. Nice looking car though, that's for sure. I'm gonna pop open the hood real quick. Let's see here. Now I know a lot of people, they like the Hellcats and the Demons and the Scat Packs, but hey, nothing wrong with a good old V6, isn't it? It's a V6, right? How many cylinders we got? 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's a V6. A lot of plastic underneath, but it looks pretty low mileage. Even the fluids look pretty good. Trying to shake this reservoir a little bit just to get an idea. Yeah, I mean, even the belts, pulleys, no rust on them. It's a nice car. But you guys can let me know. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, we got an EK Honda Civic. And the teenager in me was jumping up and down because I love these old Hondas. I've had so many of these. I've had the hatches, the coupes, the sedans. I've had them all. These are really, really good fun. And this is basically like the foundation of what caused me to get into cars. I learned so much on how to fix cars from these Hondas because they're painfully simple. But in this day and age now, they get stolen so much that they're kind of a liability, if I'm being honest with you. Now, this one looks like it's all taped up, so it looks like I can't access the driver's side door, so maybe a window regulator got stuck, because I don't see that the glass is actually broken, but it just looks like something is going wrong there. And this is a very unique color. I've never seen this purple before, which is pretty cool. And 90s Hondas, you know, I can tell this is original paint because these Hondas, they're not known for having the best paint. And over time, this typically happens, especially if you don't apply like a layer of wax or take care of it, it will start to peel up like a sticker. But I mean, it's a hatch and it's all here. So let's take a look at the inside, see what's going on. Yeah, well, it's an automatic. I didn't realize that. That's kind of a shame. These are much better in a manual. It looks like they took the radio and the door card is over here for whatever reason. So this must have been theft. I don't know. I really can't tell with this one. It's got all the little bits and trim over here, so maybe it actually wasn't stolen because it looks too neat. Everything in here looks very neat. So maybe they blew it up. Interesting. Let me see if I can crawl over here and pop open the hood for you guys. Oh, give me that. God, they really messed this up. I think I got it. It smells so fruity in here. What the hell is that? This doesn't look like it looks like a DX model. It's got the roll-up windows. If I can get the little clip. There we go. Whoa! What the hell? I was not expecting that at all. Dude. Homie went to Home Depot and he got the chrome spray. Dude, he didn't even tape anything off. He just sprayed it silver. Why? He sprayed the distributor, the wires, the headers. Dude, this is ridiculous. It actually looks pretty good. It looks like it's freshly detailed. God, man, what is going on with this car? You know, just from looking at it, the engine actually looks pretty good. The battery looks half decent. Wonder if this thing would start with a jump, but I don't even think it's worth it. If it was a manual, I would be going after it myself. But unfortunately, since it's an automatic, this might be a good daily for somebody because these are very good on gas. But I think besides that, I'm gonna let this one pass. So let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, I just came across this BMW 335i, and this is one handsome little car. And I was looking for the body damage on it, and I couldn't find anything, which is actually more concerning than finding body damage. So it's making me wonder why this car is here at a vehicle auction. You know, from the outside, it doesn't look half bad. It looks like you can just hop in it and go. Now, I believe these are the ones that are turbocharged. So these are the ones that have the endless amount of tuning potential. A lot of people say this is like BMW's interpretation of a 2JZ. But, you know, everybody's gonna be so opinionated about that. So you guys can go to war about that in the comments. It looks like it's been sitting here for quite some time. The brake rotors are rusting past where they typically do, where the pads rub, so that's just an indicator that this car has been sitting for a long time. And I haven't even gotten in the car, and I'm willing to bet that it's something mechanical, because that is the only reason that I could see this being here. You know, it has its imperfections. It's not 100% perfect, but really this car would clean up if you spent some time on it. And, you know, it has its little quirks and things like that. That'll be a $50 repair, so you can put that on my tab. So let's see what's going on the inside. And it has some juice. Not bad. The only thing that is a downside is it's an automatic. It's not a manual transmission, but still it could be a very good daily. And nothing against automatic transmissions in general. And the thing won't stop beeping at me. My God, is the key in the ignition? Oh yeah, that's why. Can I take it out? Nope. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Now, I do see this Tropicana bottle, and I think, is that what I think it is? Ah, yes, it's a Roach. And it has this car has quite an aroma to it, so I'm not surprised by that at all. You know, the one thing that I always crack up about these 335s is these cup holders are always broken. And it looks like this one doesn't close either. You see that? I don't know what it is. They always get stuck. Every single one that I've seen. Even this one too. It looks like they tried to fix it maybe. But I mean, it's all here. The seats aren't torn. The floor mats are kind of... But the back seats look like they haven't even been used. It looks like they were trying to strap something in. I don't know what's going on there. Nothing in the middle compartment, but I mean, hey, it's a 335, so it can't be that bad, right? I do see that the diagnostic plug is just dangling out here, so I don't know what that's all about, but it does have juice, so maybe we can fire this thing up. You know what's cool about these is let's see if it'll work. See if it's got the old 335 party trick. I'll push this in. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool. But it missed the seatbelt, so I still have to go reach back there for the seatbelt. But since we're on an auction, I'm not actually gonna drive the car, but I did just want to fire it up and see what happens. Oh yeah, whoa. She's running kind of rough. Whoa, wait. Is that smoke? Wait, whoa. What? Oh my God. Oh, I think she's a goner. Oh yeah, she's cooked. What is going on? I can't tell if that's burning oil or burning coolant. It looks like a blown head gasket. The engine does not sound good at all. I'm gonna turn it off before I mess it up even more. God, it stinks. Oh, get me out of this thing. Jesus. Thing was like on fire. That's what it smells like. It smells like a campfire in this thing. And why would somebody take a key? It's like they just went like this all over the clear bra. Just very unnecessary. I don't know why people do that kind of stuff. So that's why this thing is here. Okay. Oh yeah, you see? Look at that. Look at that. And it stinks. That's the number one thing. It stinks underneath the hood here. Oh my God, it just smells like burnt oil. It's absolutely foul. So I'm wondering if something happened maybe with the turbos. Sorry. Oof. It's making me kind of nauseous. I'm gonna take a step back here. So I think maybe there's something with the oil seeping out of the lines in the turbo. Maybe it has a blown turbo, but it looks like somebody tried to troubleshoot this as much as they could. Maybe take it to a mechanic. They're trying to figure it out. And they just gave up. They just said, no way, Jose, it's not worth it. So, not to say that this is a complete write-off, because it's a good looking car. I mean, it looks nice, but is it gonna be nice to fix? Probably not. So, I would stay away, but nice to look at, and it's a shame that it has a bad engine. But I'm sure somebody out there is gonna buy this thing and put it back together. All right, guys, I think I found my favorite car here today. And hear me out. Before you guys go in the comments saying all this stuff, oh my God, it's a Camry. The thing is, I had a Camry coupe way back in the day. It was cherry red, and I still miss it to this day. I sold it to a good friend of mine. I think his mom still drives this to this day. These are one of the toughest cars ever made on planet Earth. I think the zombie apocalypse could happen and these things will still be roaming around. If you're gonna ask me one car to take across the country, honestly, this might be it. So the Camry coupes, there weren't too many of them made, you know? I don't know if this is the 4-cylinder or the V6, but usually you see these cars with 400,000 miles. This thing's only got 131,000 miles, believe it or not. For how old it is and how people just use these and throw them away, that's actually pretty impressive. Now, another thing is the flex, the gold badging. On the old Toyotas, you get the gold badging. That was like you are in the upper echelon quality of Toyotas back in the day. A little bit of moisture coming into the taillights, that's pretty common. Unfortunately, this is the V6. Nothing wrong with the V6. You actually get a little bit more torque. It's a little more peppy. But I actually prefer the 4-cylinders because those ones don't die. And these V6s, they're actually known to have some head gasket issues sometimes. But look at the inside, man. Look at the back seats. This thing, it even smells wonderful in here. It smells like fresh leather. Now, it makes you wonder why this car is here. This must be a clean title car, so you'd have to get a broker to bid on something like this. But I really, really like this one. They're very simple, but if you just want like very comfortable A to B transportation, you don't have to worry about it too much. This is the way to go, man. No, don't go after the Mercedes, the glitz, the glamour. Get one of these bad boys and you're gonna be very happy. Let's see here. Yep. Same engine that they put in the Lexus ES 300s from back in the day of this generation. Again, it's not too bad working on these on the front side, but on the back side you have to take the intake manifold off to get to the plugs. It's not very pleasant. The 4-cylinder, it's a joke, but this one you kind of have to work for things. The belts actually look okay. Alternator looks like it's been there since dinosaurs roamed the earth, but hey, not half bad. Let's have a seat just for good old time's sake. I don't know why this car kind of brings a smile to my face. These are pretty cool. It looks like you cannot roll down the windows. Maybe they don't roll back up. Who knows? Even the seats, they're in one piece. I mean, it's pretty remarkable for how old this thing is. It's got the original Toyota stereo. I mean, again, like going back to the gold badging, I think this was a factory option to get the cassette player and the CD player. I mean, dude, this is the one, man. You even get the little trim. In every single one that I've ever seen, they all fade like this. Just like in the old Mercedes from the 90s, whatever trim glue or adhesive they use, they just don't hold up over time. That's not a big deal, though. You even got the trim that goes around the outside like this. This is the one, man. Shit, I have too many cars, but if I was looking for a car, something enjoyable. And the thing is, too, when you're sick of it, you put it up for sale, I'm sure it's gonna fly out of here. Yeah, wow. What a cherry little thing next to all the junk. I would say this is a diamond in the rough, but I'm sure there's people going to be thinking I'm going insane talking about a Camry like this, but there you go. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.